And now, this is the highest honor that DLI is very pleased to give. It's called the Diamond Achievement Award. This award is going to a man whose devotion to our industry spans decades and has been committed to improving the lives of everybody around him. Few people have made such significant contributions to the industry. Now, and on a personal note, I met him several years ago, and I don't think there's one person in this entire industry that deserves this award more than this guy. And I wish I knew him more. I told him, I said, you have 5 minutes this morning, Sid. He said, fine, I'll take an hour and a half. So anyway, Sid, I'd like you to meet and recognize Sid Tuchman. Come on up here, Sid.
This is just temporary. I ordinarily know how to walk.
Oh, Origin of Monument? Sid, in recognition for your services, the Diamond Achievement Award goes to Sid Tuchman. Okay. I'm going to ask Sid to say a few words, and everybody knows he's very good at that.
Damn it. I'm doing the same thing that I did when she called me. This is an illustrious award, and I can't tell you how proud I am of what the Institute has done. So I thank you, Mary. I thank all of you folks at DLI. I thank all of my friends that sent in such wonderful testimonial letters. They were just wonderful, and I thank you all. But I have to tell you, I've worked very, very hard in this industry. In fact, I've worked my fingers to the bone. Now, you think that's a joke. You think that that's just, a literal. I'm telling you, actually, I worked my fingers, both hands, to the bone. How? Well, my father came, a little background. My father came to this country. I got to catch my breath. My father came to this country in 1912. He was an excellent tailor. He went to work for a ready-to-wear company in Indianapolis, Indiana. And it didn't take too many years before he got the entrepreneurial bug. And my father couldn't read or write, could barely talk English. This is a testimonial to Poland. Couldn't even speak Polish because they were within the pale. That's another story. Anyway, he started a business. And unfortunately, the Depression came along, and he didn't have enough work as a tailor, couldn't make a living, had 5 kids, and so he took in cleaning. And then during the Depression, my brother couldn't find a job, so he came to work for my father, and they took in cleaning, but they had to send the cleaning to a wholesaler, because wholesalers had a solvent that was flammable. You had to have a flammable building. We had a 600 square foot little storeroom that they made a living out of. So anyway, the solvent that came out was called carbon tetrachloride. Anybody hear of that? You're laughing. You're laughing. It ruined my life. Yes, you heard of it. Carbon tetrachloride is the worst solvent in the world. My brother got drafted into the war. I had to leave high school, I was able to get a high school degree. At 16 and a half, and now I'm doing all the cleaning and managing this gigantic 3-person business. Now, fast forward. My son still calls me up. We're going to the Berkshire Hathaway stockholders meeting. And he says, let's go and get one of these clear cards, which puts you in the front of the line, the security line, right? So you can go right in, you avoid that line. Fine. He goes in, big shot. He gets his fingerprints taken right away, and he gets a card. They're screwing around with me. And they finally said, we're going to have to take a print of your eye. You're not taking a print of my eye. Why do you have to take a print of my eye? Because you have no fingerprints. What do you mean I don't have any fingerprints? You don't have any. That's what carbon tetrachloride is. Well, I've always been of the opinion you can take a lousy situation and try to make it a good situation. So I thought, I don't have any fingerprints. I can rob banks. Who knows? So I went home and I talked it over with my wife. And who cooler heads prevailed, and I decided not to do that. And look at me today. I'm the honoree of a Diamond Award. So now that I've got this award, I feel that I ought to say a little something about, about 2 or 3 more minutes, a little something about some of the things that have contributed to whatever success I've had. I read a lot. My favorite writer is a guy by the name of Peter Drucker. I don't know if you've heard of him. If you haven't, get some of his books. The book was The Practice of Management. And in this book, he asks this question: what's the purpose of a business? Now, I'm not going to ask for a show of hands, but most people, when I say, most audiences, what's the purpose of a business? Most people will say, well, that's pretty simple. It's to make a profit. It's to make money. Wrong, says Peter Drucker. The purpose of a business is, anybody know? How to get and keep a customer. Pure and simple. If you can't get and keep a customer, you haven't got a business. And to the degree that you do this successfully, your cash registers will be overflowing. Of course, it's not so easy to do. That means you got to know how to market. It means that you've got to have all the systems to accompany all of that sort of stuff. Okay, number 2, in order to keep a customer, you got to have good people. So you've got to have really good people. I call them Class A people. In every job in the company, from the counter to the spotters to the cleaners to your supervisors to anything, you've got to have top-notch people. In my cost group, every once in a while, when the subject of employees come up, I say, think about some of the employees you've got that you're not too happy with. And then think this: if I knew then what I know now about these people, would I hire that person? And if the answer is no, then you got to pretend you're Donald Trump. Fire him. You've got to get rid of him. The only way to succeed and to develop loyalty in your business is to have top-notch people as a spotter, as a cleaner, as a whatever, CSR and so forth. Peter Drucker also wrote a book called The Effective Executive. What does it take to be an effective executive? It's not the color of their skin. Top-notch executives come in all colors. It's not their personality. There are introverted executives that are top-notch, and there are extroverted executives. It's not their education. Bill Gates did pretty well. I didn't graduate college. I didn't even go to college, but I've taken 1 million courses. And I've done all right, and I don't even have any fingerprints. So it's not that. So what is it? To be effective means that you have to have an effective system in everything you do, everything. An institutionalized, effective system for greeting a customer, for thanking a customer, for interviewing employees. And to the degree that you do this successfully in everything you do, that means you'll be successful. So there it is. Now here's some good news. I hope I can fish this out of my pocket. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Can you hear me back there? Yeah. Never mind. This is an ad that was in the Wall Street Journal. And it shows suits from Armani, around $3,600, all the way to Target at about, I don't know, $89. Suits today are being made better, and here's the good news, 27% increase in the sale of suits. Now, I don't know where the hell those suits are, because I go out to dinner and I don't see anybody in a suit. I see a bunch of schleps around. Look at this place here. Only when you got a white jacket or a yellow jacket can you wear a tie. We should all be ashamed. But Tom, not you. You're older. You're excused. You don't have to wear a tie. You're okay. So anyway, one of these days these will start coming in, and it's going to be just wonderful. So there you have it. In my personal life, I have been very, very fortunate. I've been happily married to the same woman for over 47 years. That's not bad out of 52, is it? I've had 3 wonderful children, one of which is here. I've had 7 wonderful grandchildren. But in my business life, I have to tell you that winning this award, This has made me, wherever it is, this is the proudest moment that I've ever had in my business life. I thank all of you at IFI. I thank all of you who were kind enough to send in the testimony. Thank you all very much.